beware, beware. This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, your guardian of the First Amendment, Radical Radio, and we are, as always, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Thursday morning, everybody. It's another great day in paradise, I guess. The only thing worse than living and getting screwed with every day is dying and not getting screwed, I guess. I don't know. You know, I hear this Trump. And I don't dislike Trump. I like him because he's politically insane like I am. Sometimes, unlike me, who most of the times with me, I let my mouth overload my ass, but that's okay. That's what I do. And I can do it because this is America. I don't want to I got some calls yesterday, some hate calls from gays. And I want to tell you, I'm not against the gay community. I'm against the gay community exploiting this situation, and that's what they're doing. And not only the gay community, I got to say, and again, I don't have to preface this, and this is hopefully the last day we talk about it, but I pick up the papers. It's all in the papers. St. Louis Post-Dispatch, I used to think they were pretty good. Now here's a half a page with a picture in the Post-Dispatch, and it says, gay bars here remain a safe place. Now, here's the caption. And it's two guys in a bar hugging each other. Noah Ragland and Tony Johnson flirt at Just John's. That's a gay bar in St. Louis. Orlando hit a nerve for the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and queer people. What? And that's not very, very politically correct. And queer people, what the hell is a queer person? Because gay bars have traditionally been a safe place for them. Now, that's what I want to see. Great big picture in color in the Post-Dispatch. Two guys at a gay bar flirting with each other, hugging each other, kissing each other. Now, you know, maybe it's just me, but I don't give a damn. I may be a fight of one. I may be a gang of one. But this crap has went way, way too far. 49 people were killed. Being gay makes no difference. They're somebody's son's daughters. You heard me yesterday. But why in the hell? I mean, there's page after page after page, even today. And I have a big picture. I'm to the point where I'm not going to buy the Post-Dispatch. Two guys hugging at Just John's, a gay bar. Flirting with each other, it says here. Kissing each other. What the hell does that have to do with anything? But what really pisses me off is the gay community, not all of them, of course, are trying to exploit this. Oh, we're the victims now. No, you're not the victims. Those poor people that died are the victims. You guys are just gay, and that's okay. That's okay if you're gay. Who gives a damn? Let's take care of our housekeeping. And then I got a couple questions to ask Mark Sweet Cakes Kern, and they ain't going to be pretty. And I hear he was crying yesterday for the gay community. Guy's got a good heart. got no guts, but crying for the gay community. They said he was actually bawling. Not literally, of course. I don't think. There was a couple guys that left his office smiling, but I think they were just happy with what he said. Let's take care of our housekeeping. And for you people or anybody that don't like what I say, unless you're deaf, you know it's going to be nasty. You know it ain't going to be pretty. So don't sit there unless somebody's tied you up and forcing you to listen to me. Don't be bitching about what I say. Dine and donate. Coming up Friday, June the 24th at the Kaskaskia River House in New Athens, Illinois. It's going to be an all-day and all-evening concert. Going to be a lot of bands. Going to be there at the marina. So if you guys can make it out, it's to benefit the New Athens Volunteer Fire Department. Please do. The Macoupin Military Support Caravan will be held this Saturday, June the 18th. It'll start at 8:30 at Mount Olive High School, and it'll go all the way to Wilsonville. It's from about 9:30 to 12:30. If you'd like to get involved, there's going to be a lot of police cars, a lot of fire department's vehicles. Wilsonville's mayor car is going to be in there. Macoupin County military support vehicles. So if you guys want to salute our great country, want to salute our great military, and want to get involved in the veterans, in the Macoupin Military Support Veterans Caravan on Saturday, June the 18th, you can contact Kathy at 217-835-2768. We were there a couple years back, had a great time, a lot of great people up in Macoupin County. We want to salute you guys for being not only veterans, but proud patriots. Or you can call Anita at 217-835-4474. Join 4th of July Family Fun Fest from July the 1st to the July the 4th at Washington State Park in DeSoto, Missouri, located at 13,041 State Highway 104. The event is free and open to the public. If you have any questions or concerns, you can call 636-586-5768. St. Stephen's Parish, all-you-can-eat chicken dinner, coming up Saturday, June the 25th from 3 to 7 p.m. And don't forget, this weekend, the Great Caseyville Picnic and Parade in Caseyville. I think the parade starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow. The radio station will all be in there. And then then they have the weekend picnic. So don't forget, if you're not doing anything this weekend, go to Caseyville. And we want to say hi to Mayor Black and all the good people of Caseyville. The Mike Jones Memorial Golf Tournament to benefit the athletic department at St. John's the Baptist Catholic Church in Smithton will be held this Saturday, June the 18th. If you want to get involved, like to have a whole sponsorship, I'm sure Mrs. Kern would like a few of those because she is a big hoe. Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that either, but hey, who the hell cares at this point in my life? I don't give a damn. You can contact Angelo Alvarez. It's 618-558-8754. Last but not least, Hands to Help. They're having their bowl-a-thon. That's July the 16th. I don't know why the hell I got that up there, but don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and or the Grim Reaper of Radio. Go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, for the best of all three of our stations. You can listen to my repeat performance every day, Monday through Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. and now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night at the stroke of midnight. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or KZQZ 1430 AM. Go to my Facebook page, Fans of the Grim Reaper, and don't ever forget the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition on Facebook, where you can get the best in all the political satire, political information, political scuttlebutt, and political scandal. On this date, June the 16th, 1858, Abraham Lincoln spoke the now famous words, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." On this date, June the 16th, 1875, Rudolf Baumann, a Swiss, completed a walk across the United States in 135 days. On this date, June the 16th, 1884, the first roller coaster was put in operation at Coney Island, New York. On this date, June the 16th, 1893, Cracker Jacks were invented by W.R. Rickheim. And I'm sure Sprague and Kern, they like that they're both crackers and they're both jacks, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. On this date, June the 16th, 1903, Ford Motor Company was incorporated. On this date, June the 16th, 1903 also, Pepsi-Cola registered Pepsi-Cola with the U.S. Patent Office. A year later, it began operations. On this date, June the 16th, 1909, the first United States airplane was sold commercially by Glenn Curtiss for $5,000. On this date, June the 16th, 1933, the FDIC was established. That was a Federal Bank Depository Insurance Corporation with the passing of the Banking Act of 1933. On this date, June the 16th, 1941, the first United States federally owned airport opened in Washington, D.C. Oh, on this date for Kern's Sweet Cakes, the longest sausage in the world, the longest sausage, 68 feet, 9 inches, and Kern, don't get excited, 25 inches in circumference, weighed 1,491 pounds, and it was made in Norway. And I believe, and I think, I don't know for a fact, of course, but I think Mark Sweet Cakes Kern probably bought that, of course, with his parents' hard-earned money, because that no-good, low-life bum ain't worked an honest day in his life. But for a while, he was eating on it, and then somebody said he sat on the rest of it. Now, Kern, why the hell are you sitting on a sausage? I just wondered. What, are you going to try to breed the sausage? I mean, you're not going to have little baby sausages. It ain't a chicken, if you know what I mean, Kern. And, buddy, I think you do. That's what happened on this date throughout all these years in our world's history. You know, we've got the election coming up, and Cahokia was going to put an ordinance up, or they have an ordinance. Can't put signs up except 30 days before election. Well, I want to tell, and this is just for all the towns and villages around, because I don't want to see any of them get in any trouble, any of them get sued. But there was a case, and it was my case, and just like the case where I was arrested illegally, see, I fight these son of a bitches. You know, you can't lay down. That's what they expect you to do. But back in 1992, the Belleville Police Department asked the plaintiff, Joe Wellinghoff and Patty Wellinghoff, who were supporters of mine, to take down their Romanik for coroner sign. I ran against Rick Stone. That's when I first started fighting these asswipe, no-count bastard Democrats, because I got tired of their crap. Said, take my political sign down. The officer involved in Wellington said the sign was in violation of a Belleville City ordinance. You know, there was a Belleville ordinance they found in the early 80s that if you were black, you had to be off the street at 9 o'clock. Now, I don't know if that was a legal ordinance or not. And that's the problem. A lot of these towns have these ordinances, people, and they can pass an ordinance that I can't walk down the street. That doesn't make it illegal. But anyway, we got a permanent injunction. We went to federal court. This is back in 1992. We went to federal court, and there's a case on file. There's a case on file, and it says the defendant, that's the police department in the city of Belleville, is permanently enjoined from enforcing their sign code, their sign ordinance. They had to pay a lot of money, which wasn't their money, it was taxpayers' money. And it says that you can put up a sign anytime you want. Now, I know some of these towns will say there's 30-day before statute of limitations on what can be done and how it can be done, just like they say there's a statute on limitation for any crime. But there's no statute. They can't put a statute up to say it's got to be no more than 30 days before the election. So any of you people in any of your towns, you can put up a sign. It can be for me. It could be for my opponent, because I'm not a hypocrite. Those signs are legal, just like the signs, a for sale sign, just like a real estate sign. And remember, people, political speech is the most protected speech in this great country of ours. So if anybody tells you can't put up a political sign today, tomorrow, whatever size, now what you can't do, you can't put it where it's blocking traffic. You can't put it on the right of way, but you can put it in your yard. This is America, people, and let them know that. And if you have any problems, and I don't care if you call and you say you're putting a sign in the yard for my opponent, I'll make sure that you get proper treatment. I'll make sure that they're not going to take that sign down. And if anybody wants to look in the United States District Court, it's Joe Wellinghoff, Patty Wellinghoff, and Lee Owens against the city of Belleville, Illinois. It was filed back in 1992, and it's a case that's still standing. And it was signed by William L. Beatty, United States District Judge. So anybody that tells you any different, tell them that Bob Romanik said that they're idiots and kiss my ass along the way. Hey, I gotta say, all this gay stuff coming up, I gotta ask, hey, Kern, everybody turn their radio off because I don't want you to be offended. This is me and you, Kern. Kern, are you gay? I'm asking you that, Kern. I'm just curious. Are you gay, Mark Sweetcakes Kern? That's a question that's been lingering in my mind forever. And I'm just asking, don't know. I mean, I think I can legally ask that question, Kern. So, Sweetcakes, are you gay? You want to call me and let me know one way or the other? If you don't call, I'll assume, you know what I'll assume. But I know you were crying. I know, and I cried for the families, and I cried for the victims, but I don't know why you cried, Kern. But anyway, I see that you put the flags at half-staff. You didn't do it for the military when they died a few months back, and I ragged your ass. Didn't do it for the police officers that got killed protecting us, but you did it for the gay community. And that's your prerogative to do it, but it just makes me wonder in my head, Kern, where your priorities are. I know you're running for county board chairman, and I just hope the people of St. Clair County understand what you're about, who you are, where you've been, and I really don't, I know where you've been, Kern. I personally know where you've been, and it ain't pretty. But people, you got to understand, these no good son of a bitches, the Kerns, the Spragues, the Barra-Civics, they don't give a damn about our military. They don't give a damn about our country. They give a damn about themselves and their special interest. And I don't know, Kern, if you've got a special interest in the gay community. If you do, that's your business. But don't chart our brave military. Don't chart our first responders when they die. If you're going to fly that flag at half-staff, you idiot, for the victims, not the heroes, for the victims that died in Orlando, Florida, then you no good, no count, good for nothing, rotten son of a bitch, you better fly the flags at half-staff for our heroes. I'm tired of it, people. And, I'm tired of you guys. You guys better get up off your asses because we are the bosses. I hear guys yesterday, what, them politicians, they're doing this? No, we let them do it. We're tired. We've got candidates running for office this time. Carl Officer, going to be a great candidate for coroner. Roger Cook, great candidate for county board chairman. Bob Romanik, not so great a candidate for state representative. And I am flawed, but I am the best candidate you'll have to go up there and upset the apple cart, both Democrats and Republicans, because I don't give a damn about any of them son of a bitches. I give a damn about the people in my district who hopefully will send me to Springfield. But these son of a bitches get away with murder, political murder, financial murder, because we the people, let them get away with it. Can you sit there and ask yourself why? I asked myself why, and I said, I don't know why, but I'm tired of it. We're all tired of it, people. These guys aren't up on a pedestal. You hear me rag. See, these guys get mad when we expose them politically, but when I embarrass them personally, they don't know what to do. I called Sprague everything but a white man, and I'm ashamed to be white because this sumbitch is a red man, and I don't mean an Indian. I give him a piece of my mind at the board meeting, and he got so red, and then the good people of Caseyville just finished him off, politically, of course. He went out there with his head down, tears in his eyes, and I think pissing his pants. Bob Sprague, what a piece of crap. Everybody for all these years thought he's such a big shot, such an important guy. Same way with Kern. You guys, when you walk down the street, people are looking at you, but they're not looking at you in awe. They're laughing at you, no good son of a bitches, because this poor white trash No good son of a bitch. Bob Romanik from the Roosevelt Homes have exposed you son of a bitch and bastards. Bastards ain't no better than nobody. You guys don't do anything for anybody but yourselves. You take. Sprague takes money from the proud black community. Now he's trying to take money away. He's the attorney for Monsanto and all the poor people down there that have cancer, allegedly because of the toxic fumes from Monsanto. Now he's fighting for Monsanto because they tell me he makes $50,000 a month as a retainer for Monsanto. Then he makes $10,000 a month in Cahokia, $15,000 a month in Centerville Township, all these other jobs. You people, do you understand? These no good son of bitches are getting rich while you people are barely feeding your families. When the hell is that going to change? Hey, we got an election coming up in St. Louis, and we're going to get into the St. Louis market here in the next couple, 3-4 weeks, because it's going to be interesting. But I said yesterday, this Lita Cruson, what a skanky lady. Hey, and Mike Owens, the ex-reporter from Channel 5, I think. What an asswipe idiot he is. Now, she threw her hat into the ring, or her stanky drawers, probably, one of the two. And I think she's probably got both, because I think she wears the pants in the family, because that little bitch boy, Mike Owens. And, Mike, I know you listen. So give me a call, you no good son of a bitch. Toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. You ever notice these asswipe bastards? When you call them out, they never call back. They can't defend themselves. They have nothing to defend. Here, Cruson, 63, has a personal experience with crime. In 1995, her husband was fatally shot during a carjacking in front of their Central West End home. She was returning to a trip from Target. And then Mike Owens married her. She later married former KSD Channel 5 reporter. And what a piece of crap reporter. Some bitch mush-mouth bastard. I couldn't understand what he was saying. Lisping around. Yeah, you no good idiot. Mike Owens, and anybody that knows Mike Owens, please tell him what I said. And if you want to add anything else, because I know you people don't like him either, add that. And attribute it to me, because I don't give a damn. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. Carl Officer's going to be coming in to talk to us. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about, but I do want to talk a little bit about Trump when we come back, because everybody's mad because Trump ain't saying what politicians should say. You know, Trump can say whatever hell he wants. I don't agree with everything he says, but I do agree that he has the right to say any damn thing, stupid or otherwise, that he wants to say in this great country of ours. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. I want to thank everybody. I get all kind of emails, faxes, telephone calls, and Mr. James Saffel, Senior from Mosquito. I appreciate all the letters, all the insight, very informative. I agree with you most of the time, Mr. Saffel, but keep sending the letters because they are very, very informative. Thank you for taking the time, and thanks for listening, as I always thank everybody for taking time out of their busy schedule. Bob Sprague, you know what I think about him. I think more about a piece of dog crap than I do Bob Sprague. Bob Sprague, the guy that I believe picks all the judges, and then he practices in front of the judges that he picks. Everybody knows what's going on in St. Clair County. Everybody knows about the political corruption in St. Clair County. People are afraid to talk. I'm not afraid to talk, Sprague, you no good asswipe bastard. And I see your ex-partner, Scott Hasselbrock. Remember Scott Hasselbrock? He worked for you, Sprague. Lived in Mascoutah. He was barred. He was disbarred after having pled guilty to possession of intent to deliver between 2,000 and 5,000 grams of cannabis, unlawful delivery of cannabis, and violations of an order of protection. Was that your employee, Sprague? I think it was. And they want to make light when some Democrat, well, he didn't get in big trouble. The hell they didn't. You know all the scandals going around in St. Clair County. And they want to talk crap. But Sprague, I got to say, you know how to pick them. You pick Kern, you pick Bear Civic. And Scott Hasselbrock was Sprague's partner and goes to jail. Pled guilty to possession with the intent to deliver narcotics, drugs. Sprague, I got to ask, did you know what was going on? Everybody wants to give guilt by association for our guy, Sprague. What about you, you no good son of a bitch, you red-faced, ignorant bastard? And Patty, I tell you what, Patty Sprague, what an embarrassment. The lady can't even put 2 and 2 together. And she's the auditor handling all the money. And the most egregious part is Sprague gets insurance through the county. How greedy can you get? So I tell all you people that don't like Bob Sprague, and that's about 95% of the people in St. Clair County, you can't vote against him because that's this asswipe son of a bitch. He won't ever put his name on the ballot to be embarrassed, so he puts his wife's name on there. So make sure you vote against Patty Sprague. Show your disdain for the St. Clair County Democratic culture of corruption. Show your disdain for Sprague. And unbelievable, Sprague. You're the leader of the Democratic Party, all the scandals going on the last 10, 15, 20 years, all the political corruption going on. You lose the election for the governor, for a congressman, for a judge. You're losing your Sprague. You need to get your ass down to your $3 million estate in Florida that you've worked so hard for to get that money. Yeah, and I can't be any more facetious than that. But Bob Sprague, what a piece of total crap. Mayor Karlofzer just stopped in. Mayor, I tell you, with this situation in Orlando, and if I am elected, I'm gonna try to change the law. I don't like this gun-free zone where you go to these restaurants, you go to these taverns, you go to these stores, and it says no guns allowed. Now, if people in the state of Illinois have a legitimate concealed carry where they've been trained with the gun, they've been proficient with the gun, they did a background check, and if you go into a store, even with all those credentials, and it says gun-free zone, you can be arrested. Now, the only ones that are going to not violate that law are the law-abiding citizens. Do you think the crap bums, you think the criminals, they're going to know there's an easy target in that store, in that business, because the good people will not violate the law and carry guns. But if there would have been guns in that gay bar, maybe, just maybe, this might not have happened, or might not have been as bad as it was.
Good morning, Bob. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mayor.
I just want to say that it's always good seeing you. Wish I had been able to be with you a little earlier, but they've been keeping me pretty busy.
I understand.
I gotta do a shout out before I answer your question to the good ladies on the kitchen committee. I saw last Saturday morning at the Pilgrim Temple CME Church in East St. Louis. They made it a point to express to me to tell you they listen to you, they get excited, they get informed by your radio broadcast every day, and I just want to let them know that I delivered their message
now,
to you.
Okay? The nice ladies from where, Mayor?
Pilgrim Temple CME Church at 18th and Trinley in East St. Louis, Illinois.
Well, I'll have to come down and see them and maybe bring them. I know they're very good cooks. Maybe I'll bring them something down to thank them for at least listening. I know they don't agree with the way I deliver the message, but that's okay. I understand.
They didn't even go there with me. They just said they appreciate, because we were in church, and they were just nice nice ladies, and they said, "You tell him we listen to him and we appreciate what he says." I said, "Okay."
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you very much.
But as it relates to, I think it's devastating. I think it's unfortunate. I think it's a tragedy to see that many people. Seeing one person killed for no good reason is a tragedy. But before I get to the gun question on that, my first question to me was, how did this guy get a rifle into a nightclub and nobody saw him walk in with it? I mean, when you look how long that rifle is, okay, I can understand the pistol, but were they that lax with they're paying attention and security and stuff? I mean, you walk in the front door, this guy didn't sneak in this place. And he brought this long rifle with, apparently he had to be a bunch of clips, Bob. I mean, he hit over 100 people.
Yeah, AK-47. But here, Mayor,
Yeah.
I didn't get the whole story.
AR-15.
Well, whatever the hell it is. It's a machine gun. Don't correct me, damn it. I know I'm wrong most of the time. Now, but anyway, I can't get the whole story because I'm too busy looking at the gay guys kissing each other in the paper.
Yeah.
I was told initially that there was a off-duty policeman who was working security, and he confronted him. So I don't know if the policeman got killed or what the hell happened, because all I'm seeing is pictures of two guys hugging and kissing and flirting with each other.
Well, that seems to be another part of that story that's tracking. But, the basic reality, you asked the question about what do I think about them passing a law. And if you go to Springfield, if you've got a concealed carry permit, you've been vetted pretty doggone good, whether you're in Illinois or whether you're in Missouri. And it seems to me, I am a card carrier member, been one since I was 14 years old with the National Rifles Association. I believe that it's good for you to own a gun. And I don't care how many gun laws they pass. At the end of the day, someone who wants to hurt someone else, someone who wants to kill someone else, they don't care what kind of laws on the book.
Right.
They don't care about what a background check. They're going to get their hands on a weapon and they're going to kill somebody. It's just that simple. You know that from being a police officer, a chief of police, a director of public safety. And I just think that everybody who's listening to you this morning knows that if someone wants to hurt someone else, this morning they shot a lady, a member of parliament in England, shot and stabbed her. She was out visiting her
Well, then let's get rid of the butter knives. Got to get rid of the butter knives.
That's going to where my point is. I mean, at the end of the day, if someone wants to do harm to somebody else, it's almost impossible to stop them. We've seen them kill and wound and shoot presidents. They got some of the best security out.
No, okay? I agree.
They shot the Pope.
Yeah. I just don't understand. They say get rid of the guns. One of the most deadly, lethal weapons we have is our hands. Because with a strong enough hand, you can choke somebody to death in a matter of minutes. Mm-hmm. So I guess let's get our hands cut off. And I can take a car when they take my guns away, and I can take a car at 100 miles an hour and drive through a group that are at a concert and kill 50, 60 people. So let's take the cars away. When the hell are people going to understand that they're just evil, no-count son of a bitches, and we got to take them? And I don't give a damn. A bastard like that, we need to cut their head off. We need to take them right up. There's no capital punishment now in most of the states, maybe in the country. But let's take them up to the courthouse. Let's put their neck in a guillotine, and let's cut their head off, and let's let it roll down the courthouse steps. I guarantee you there'll be a little bit less violent crime when that's over, because we pat these criminals on the head and say, oh, you know, because of society, you're wrong. No, because they're evil is why they're wrong.
I take it one step further. You know, I read the Bible all the time. I'm a minister and everything, but I believe that, the Bible says the most dangerous weapon is your tongue. So those persons who listen to this broadcast ought to be nervous. But I will tell you this much. Whatever happened to just being crazy, Bob? It has nothing to do with being gay. It has nothing to do with being Muslim. It has nothing to do with being this or that. This guy was just crazy. Yeah. Okay? Just like the folks, the guy who shot the young girl in St. Louis, the little 3-year-old girl in the car on the drive-by. You're just crazy. Yeah. It has nothing to do with anything else except just being crazy.
Well, I think, and again, I'm not a violent person, but if somebody hurt my family, I'd rip their damn heads off. Yeah. I think what we have to do We have to take crime serious. Now, people are saying, well, that's too much time for this guy who molested that kid. No, I say let's give him 50, 75, 100 years. We've got all these prisons. Let's put these son of a bitches in jail. Now, let's take the guys, the white-collar guys, and they're wrong, but let's put them on home confinement. Let's don't put these jails, fill these jails with nonviolent people. Let's fill these jails with these ass-wipe, no-good-for-nothing son of a bitches. And the ones when the jail gets filled, then we just chop their heads off. I'd chop the head off of a son of a bitch who molested a kid who hurt an animal because they wanted to do it. If it was an accident, it's different. But if not, those evil son of a bitches shouldn't be breathing.
You're going to be a very interesting legislator.
Yeah, no, I'm not. We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob. Carl, how you guys doing? Being Carl.
Fine, Ed.
All right, look here, man. I was trying to get in contact with you guys last week, and I see you got Carl there now. Maybe he can defend my favorite all-time athlete in the world, Muhammad Ali. You totally disrespected him last week.
Whoa, wait a minute. I defended him as a great boxer. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Hey, Ed.
Really? That's all Muhammad Ali was to you, was a boxer?
That's all he was a boxer. You know what?
Come on, Bob. You know how many kids Muhammad Ali put through school? How many housing projects he started?
No, and you don't either. And you don't either.
You gonna sit there and say that's all that man was?
You don't either. You don't know. Hey, Ed. You don't know how many people I put through school. You know how many people I helped. You know how many other people do the damn thing. We don't get the flag flown at half-staff. We don't get a big funeral. He is no better than me. He's no better than you. So don't give me that crap, Ed. You think he's the only son of a bitch that ever gave anything back to the community? I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I just say he wasn't a hero. I just say he wasn't the person that people put him up to be. You know it. I know it. Go ahead, Ed.
Man, come on, please, Bob. You wrong for that, cat.
Ed, you ought to give off that crap you're smoking driving down the street. I'm not talking.
You gonna sit there and tell me you agree with him on this for real?
No,
I know James don't believe it.
You want me to answer?
This crap that this man is sitting there saying about Muhammad Ali.
Well, now I didn't hear him say a bunch of crap about Ali. Let me tell you what I believe. Okay, Ed. I knew Muhammad Ali. I knew him personally. And I think that Muhammad Ali was probably pound for pound the best fighter that I've ever seen. I think he was a tremendous humanitarian in his later years. I think that he did an awful lot of good around the world. Was he perfect? Heck no. But I also know this, and I don't mean to upset you, but I got to tell the truth. In 1964, when Muhammad Ali won the championship, and he professed to become a member of the Nation of Islam under Elijah Muhammad, 95% of the black people in America denounced Muhammad Ali because they were afraid of Elijah Muhammad and they were afraid of the Nation of Islam. They didn't become warmed up to Muhammad Ali till after he had the rumble in the jungle when he beat George Foreman. Now, truth be told, I understand the pride that black men and women had for Ali and what he did, what he was able to overcome and accomplish. But at the same point in time, we have to look ourselves in the mirror, and if we're going to tell the truth, tell the whole truth, not bits and pieces of it. I think Muhammad Ali was a tremendous humanitarian in his later years. In his earlier years, he didn't have much to do with anybody outside of the Nation of Islam. Now, he had the right, and I think Bob would be the first one to support it. He had the right. He didn't draft it. He didn't dodge the draft. He just said, I'm not going.
Well, wait. Well, Mayor, what's the difference? What's the difference?
The difference is he was exercising his constitutional right.
But what if everybody in this world? What if everybody in this world exercised that same right? We'd be speaking Chinese or Vietnamese and eating shrimp fried rice.
No, Bob, I disagree with you on that. Let me just finish, okay? What he simply said, he didn't run away to Canada or anything. He just simply said, I'm not going to go into the armed services. He didn't have a problem with you or me going.
No.
He just simply said, I'm not going because I don't believe in violence in that way.
Oh, no, not that way. But you can beat the hell out of another black man for millions of dollars.
That was different. That was money. That was,
right. I agree.
He was fighting for a livelihood. He was not fighting for.
But you know why, Mayor? You know why he was allowed to fight for that livelihood? Because of every damn veteran. Every damn veteran went over there and fought to give him that right, to give him that freedom. And hey, and Ed, I tell you what, let's give Muhammad Ali all these accolades after, you hear me, after we give every military hero that fought and died, after we give them a ticker tape parade, after we give them 4 days on television, after we do all that, Ed, then we'll take care of Muhammad Ali, okay?
He agreed with what you just said, that he understood those men and women that gave him that right. He himself, I'm not defending him, I'm just telling you what
I know you're not.
What he simply said was, I'm willing to go to jail. So, I mean, he wasn't trying to cop out. He said, I'm willing to go to jail. But at the end of the day, I think that people who tried to say that Ali was always this great humanitarian are not telling the total truth. But he was at least strong enough to fight for his own convictions. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I can't get in his head, Mary. You can. I don't know if that was his convictions or he just was afraid to fight.
I'm just repeating what he said. I mean, anytime a guy says, I'm willing to go to jail, I'm not willing to go to war. That's all.
Yeah, well, maybe not a bad guy. I personally, as a white guy, I was a little offended, and that's not why I'm on his ass. I'm on his ass because he was no better than every other American, and he gets these big accolades. But now I got to say this and got to be honest. Mm-hmm. If it was a white guy, and I know it's going to piss off people, but when I sit here, I just don't give a damn. If it was a white guy who dodged the draft, who said, hey, I don't want to be around black people, you think he would have got the Medal of Freedom? You think he would have got the accolades?
I don't know, but he didn't dodge the draft. That's what I'm trying to. Well, he just refused to be inducted into the United States Army.
Here.
There's a difference.
I'm not robbing. I'm not robbing the bank. Okay. I'm just going to take an unauthorized withdrawal.
It's the difference, Bob. You know that he just said, I'm not going to be inducted. He was willing to go to jail.
Well, he
didn't try to run away to Canada or something. He did. He just used the law, and he understood the men and women that defended him who went to the service. He agreed with them. He had no problem with them.
Okay, then why didn't he go and work in the kitchen, Mayor? Why didn't he go and work in the supplies? Why didn't he do? He didn't have to be on the front line.
I agree.
Well, let's take a quick. Hey, Ed, kiss my ass, will you? And I like you, but kiss my ass anyway. This is Bob Romanik. Man, oh man, what a screwed up operation we got. And the Grim Reaper radio. Just shut the sumbitch down. Go to break. I don't give a damn. This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Now, got my head a little straight, not real straight. We got some more callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, sir.
This is Alonzo.
Hey, Alonzo, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. Good morning, Mayor Officer.
Morning, my friend. How you doing?
I'm all right. I just heard Ed Carpenter, and as everybody knows, me and Bob had a heated conversation about Muhammad Ali last week. But I want to say one thing, Bob, okay?
Go ahead.
In the name of Rodney King, can we all just get along?
Alonzo, I'm going to have you come up here and sit with me and guest host, because I'll tell you what, you never cease to amaze me with some of the crap, and I thought I had crap. But, Alonzo, I agree. And here, I'm going to say this, Alonzo. I know you're a proud black man. And I don't want to apologize for my thoughts or what I think or what I say, but I do want to apologize, I guess somewhat, and he can't hear me, Muhammad Ali, because it's not his fault that we're arguing about this. It's society's fault. People put people up on a pedestal that shouldn't be there. I mean, he wasn't a hero. I'm sure he was a good family man. He was a proud black man. But to give this man all those accolades, to give him the Medal of Freedom, when we've got so many other people who have done so much good constantly. You know, I'm a convicted felon. I made a mistake 18 years ago. That stays with me. Muhammad Ali's past when his younger years has to stay with him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I just say he wasn't a perfect guy, and he wasn't a guy that deserved the accolades and all the time on television and the big parades and everything he got. He was just one of us, a flawed individual. Right or wrong, Alonzo?
Well, I can tell you this, Bob. I think Mayor Officer's answer, I think he answered in the correct way. But I can tell you this, no matter what we feel about Muhammad Ali, he's gone. We got more important issues now. We got more important issues to worry about, man. We got a lot of stuff going on that we need to, we better address them because he's at peace now.
Yeah.
We still in this world and got to deal with other issues.
Alonzo, I got to tell you, today you got the best of me because I can't follow that. I can't follow that any better, that he's gone and we've got a lot of problems. Alonzo, sometimes you're pretty intelligent. I don't think you're very good looking, but I think today you beat me. I got to say that, Alonzo, so congratulations. I don't have a comeback for that because you're exactly right.
We're all just going to get along.
You're exactly right. Alonzo, thank you very much, buddy, for taking the time, and thank you for standing up for what you believe in, even though we don't always agree. I agree that you got every right to come forward with what you have to say. And thank you very much for being a true American, Alonzo.
Hey, Bob, I want to thank Mr. Brinker, too, for calling in.
Yeah, Mr. Brinker, thank you very much, a true American.
Veteran.
Veteran. People, listen, you don't have to agree with me because I don't agree with hardly anybody. But let's agree to disagree. Let's agree that we've got every right to feel the way we want to feel, to be passionate about the way we feel. And I just hope coming up, and I got to play a little politics because life in this great United States is all about politics one way or the other. Let's get passionate about these elections coming up. I'm running, Carl's running, other people are running. You don't have to vote for us, vote for our opponent. But be passionate, understand what's going on, understand your candidates. Get out there and be passionate. Get out there and fight for what you believe in and the candidates that you think the same way you do. Don't sit there on your lame ass because that's what's wrong with this country. We let a few ass-white bastard politicians run this whole country, and it's not working. So let's all get involved. We all got a stake in this great country. We all got a stake in our future. So let's work together, and we can fight. Families fight. But at the end of the day, let's do what's best. Let's do what's best for this great country. Mary, you got the last word.
Probably the only thing that I think we might be getting close to all agreeing on is that this really is the greatest country in the whole world.
Yes, it is. Yes.
At the end of the day, no matter where you go, no matter who you speak to, this is the greatest country in the world.
Can't top that either. Got to go. See everybody tomorrow. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio. And you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM. Simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting. America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow, same time, same place. And we'll continue to argue. We'll continue to fight. But let's also continue to remember that together, we can make a difference. We don't have to be in love with each other. We don't have to like each other. But let's unite around the things that we hate, this political corruption. And let's continue to expose these rotten bastard, political, parasitical, perverted punks, these low-life, rotten bastards that we call politicians, Sprague, Kern, Baricivic. And Kern, you still haven't called me back. I'm asking a question. Are you gay? I just want to know. Personally, I don't know. I'm just asking a question, Kern. And let's continue to fight, to expose, and at the end of the day, drag these son of a bitches down to political hell and destroy them once and for all. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all